Yeah, I know I haven't put up a video in a couple days. I just been doing things around the house. Took the indoor Christmas decorations down yesterday. Tomorrow I'm going to take some of the outdoor stuff down, and it'll probably be maybe Saturday before I turn to taking the steering column out. Saturday and Sunday I'll probably work on getting that out and get this in early next week. And the bezel's no big hurry on it, so that chrome paint, I've got a lot of good positive comments on things to use. Yeah, there's handprints and dust and dirt all over it, but you know, so be it. It'll get cleaned up. But anyway, this is chrome in here, and what I got to do is I'm gonna have to spray it. And I got to get a little bit of I got to get a roll of that masking tape that, so I don't get any bleed through there. Good stuff. I got to go to the paint store. But this strip here I got to repaint gloss black, and for the chrome paint. And I'll show you what I'm going to do, and I'll put a little link in the video of somebody that had used the 3 big leading brands of the chrome paints. So you saw the failure of this. This did not work for what I wanted to do, and I'm sure for some applications it's fine, but for the big wide areas I got to do, it takes multiple passes and it reacts. So I've used this in the past. This is a chrome color paint, and I've had good luck with it on models and different things I've painted chrome on. But yeah, I would have to do this with a brush. Maybe I could spray it, but I'm thinking that that's not going to give me the chrome that I want. I looked at some of the finishes from this, and they're not that great. So I can always use this for other things. This was fairly inexpensive. It was like $5 or $6 as I remember, but what I'm going to use is not here yet. I ordered it, so I'll go over some of the things for the chrome paint. Those are the brands of the 3 chrome paints that are supposedly good for modelers. And this guy on YouTube video 3D printed like a Star Wars helmet, and he wants to paint it chrome. So he would know which was the best. He bought all 3 of them and painted the helmet in 3 different places with it and shows it. And I'll put a link to that video in the description. At about 4 minutes is where he shows what the difference is, and this is what I ordered, and that by far, hands down, looked like the best. And that was $31 for a 30 milliliter bottle. So it's not cheap, but it looked really good, and you need an airbrush, and I couldn't find my airbrush anywhere. I hunted high and low for it. My brother thinks it might be up at the cottage in the toolbox up there, because I don't know what happened to it. I've searched and searched. So anyway, I bought a new one. So let me show you what I bought. This is what I got. It was $66 and some change, and it comes with an extra little thing. You put your paint in this cap. You pop this cap off the top here. Whoops. And you put your paint in there. And it comes with, didn't want an air hose. The other one I had to hook to my air compressor in it. And the problem was the air hose. I had a little like fish aquarium hose that went from the airbrush to the, it was about maybe 6 or 8 feet long, and went to, a quick connect like on an air compressor fitting. This is actually the compressor. You recharge it there. It shows the battery state. Pretty dandy little unit. And the charging cord, cleaning brush, little eyedropper for probably putting stuff in there. It's just a cheap, cheesy one. I imagine you'd probably want to get a good one, but that's one they give you. It's just super ultra cheap. And but the paint gun looks pretty decent. Let me thread the compressor to it. And I'll try and put a link to this in the description too if anyone's interested, and you'll see me use it. But there's no turning it on. You just, when you hear it, when you push it for air, and you can definitely, so that turns the air on. This is your paint. The more you pull it back, the The more paint you get, the less you pull it back, the less paint you get. And you can adjust that with this thing at the end here, like most spray guns, you know, so this just only pulls back so far if you don't want to get a ton of paint out. But and it shows the battery charge on the bottom. It says it'll run about 2 hours on that, but it states to wait about after 30 minutes of continuous use to wait and let it cool a few minutes. So that is the compressor and the airbrush. These are the directions if you want to pause and kind of read. That's up to you. I'll just do it, so if you want to, you can. So there we go. Let's put something in it and see what it does. I don't know, I might put some water or something in it just to see how it sprays. So I put a little bit of lacquer thinner in it, and you can see when you push it down, the pump starts, but as you pull it back, more and more paint comes out. Yeah, I don't have that steady a hand for free. That's pulled all the way back, so it'll lay on enough paint to paint that trim edge like that, no problem. No problem. And then if you just want to paint something real fine, just barely. They use these in salons and stuff to paint nails and do makeup, and they use them for cake decorating and all kinds of things. There isn't much. You just got to thin it properly. If you're putting paints through it, you got to really thin them, because it's just a tiny little, it's I think 0.5 millimeter. It's really tiny, the opening, so you just barely need any opening whatsoever. But there we go. We got a little airbrush. I haven't, like I say, I haven't been able to find mine, so I'll airbrush paint this bezel black, or maybe I'll just, I don't know, I'll probably mix some of this acrylic enamel up in just the tiniest bit, really thin, to respray that. But here, okay, so I'll show you what else. I want to get this in the light somewhat. So this Krylon paint that I used is more chrome than that paint pen by far. So that is the paint pen. The one above it is the Krylon, and you can clearly see how much more silver chrome it is than that paint pen. That's almost the point of being acceptable. Like I say, I've used this on past projects that weren't done up, you know, so fancy, just to kind of fluff and buff to resell. And this paint right here worked good for like this kind of stuff, you know, if you're not wanting it totally chromy looking. That would be acceptable. But when you see this other stuff I bought, that'll make that look bad. And this is my car touch-up brush. You know, I use, this is about the size I like. You know, if I got to touch up a little paint nick or something, this one works good. You can dab it on. It's got a few little frayed bristles, so this is kind of my beater touch-up brush, and this is my good one. This one I always clean really well, so you can see what it is if you're interested. And I keep the sleeve on it when I'm not using it to keep that tip nice, so when I really want detail, I can have it. So those are my touch-up brushes. That's just a little on what I'm going to do to repair that bezel for the dashboard. I think that'll make a nice job. I want it to come out nice, and like I say, I've done a fair amount of searching around, and I googled everything you guys suggested. I thought about even chrome pinstripe or foil put on it, but some of those areas I think would be too difficult, like down in that edge, and you know, these edges, this edge, turn signal things, this bezel in here, they're going to be too difficult to do with something like that. So that will get done with that little airbrush. Looking forward to getting that done. I'll probably, like I say, it's not a big hurry on this. I can install a dash because this is just going to be sitting here when I install a dash. That will go on after the dash is in. And it comes off easy enough, so I'm not, I'll just leave it off until I get it painted. So today I might start cleaning the convertible top switch and stuff up and put that back in. Clean these up. I'm not going to put these back on until after the dash is in the car. Those are for the vents. And I want to get the vents out so I can clean and paint and oil and undercoat the inside of those cowls where the vents go into. And so anyway, that's today is going to be some cleaning, and then maybe when I get the outdoor lights down in the next day or two, I'll start on pulling the steering column. Cleaned up and reinstalled the switch for the convertible top. That looks super nice in there. The chrome cleaned up well. And I've been working on the vent knobs too. So what I did on these was I pulled this up and then I filled this right up with oil and kind of let it sit there until it worked down through the cable and worked the cable, and that works really nice and easy now. And I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm just going to clamp it up in the vise slightly like this one and oil it. And I'll let that sit here and soak down in there overnight. And this one's already ran out and dripped out, but I'm going to let it sit there overnight too, so I don't get drips in the car. So I'm just going to let this, and that will eventually run down to the end of the cable there, and it'll all be that. This cable here works like brand new. This one's still a little stiff, but we get that oil worked in through there, and it'll be as free as a bell. And I also, why I had them, they cleaned up pretty good. You can see the air on them, I think, where it says air. But these little brackets that go in the back were natural, so I bead blasted them and painted them silver for both of the poles, and the nuts that held them on were kind of the nuts that held them on were kind of a brass color. So I bead blasted them and painted them with a gold paint, so it'll look like original finishes. I cleaned up the speaker grill too, so you don't see the nastiness through the holes in the dash pad. That I just took it down in the laundry tub with some Leslie's tire bleach and a brush. Cleaned it up nice. Well, I'm going to call it a day. Just thought, today while I had a little extra time, I'd play with that airbrush I ordered and show you guys and what I'm doing to get for paint to fix up that bezel so it looks really super nice. And if you like my video, definitely hit the like button, share it, anything helps. If you want to see this dashboard restored back in the car all done up, subscribe to my channel by hitting that 348 engine icon that pops up there. And thank you for watching my videos.